welcome to the Class of 2020 Class Day Awards. I'm very happy you're joining us to celebrate our Class of 2020 with some class awards, some special awards, and some tributes from the seniors themselves. So I am really looking forward to celebrating our class with this ceremony and, of course, at our live graduation ceremony scheduled for July 30th at 6 o'clock at the football field. I'd like to begin our ceremony with the presentation of some special awards. The Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizenship Award is presented to a student who demonstrates the qualities of dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism. The 2020 recipient of the Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizenship Award is Alexi Valancourt. Congratulations, Alexi. The Ronald Reagan Leadership Medal is presented to a student who has shown outstanding leadership and dedication to the highest ideals of democracy. The 2020 recipient of the Reagan Leadership Medal is Stella Rubalcaba. Congratulations, Stella. The United States Marine Corps Semper Fidelis Award for Scholastic Excellence is presented to Elizabeth Sherns and Cooper Anderson. Congratulations, Lizzie and Cooper. The U.S. Marine Corps Semper Fidelis Award for Musical Excellence is presented to Grace McGilligan. Congratulations, Grace. The United States Marine Corps Athletic Excellence Awards are presented to Alexi Valancourt and Brendan Conry. Congratulations, Lexi and Brendan.
I'd like to congratulate all the 2020 high school graduates from Millis this year. And please join me in congratulating Victoria Neves, who is receiving the 2020 Excellence in English Language Learning Award. Since Victoria arrived here 3 years ago from Brazil, she has advocated for herself and pursued her academic goals with passion, despite a very difficult climate for immigrants in this country. Victoria is a born leader. She has driven herself and determinedly worked hard in and out of school every day to be able to advance in school, develop her English language proficiency, and achieve academic success while earning her high school diploma here in Millis. We are very proud of her accomplishments and the thoughtful contributions she has made as an outspoken, deeply conscientious member of our Millis High School community. We wish her the best of success in all her future endeavors. All the best, Victoria. You will be greatly missed.
Each year, the Millis Public Schools administrative team and donors fund the GRIT Scholarship. The scholarships recognize students who have worked hard and overcome adversity during their high school careers. The following members of the class of 2020 were nominated for GRIT scholarships this year: Justin Alonzo, Ingrid Alves, Molly Andrews, Andre Bates, Allison Burke, Haley Chisholm, Amelia Coots, Francesca Gallion, Destiny Garland, Matthew Gavigan, Eamon Lyons, Skylar Martin, Hadley McPhee, Erin Mundy, Victoria Nevis, Nolan Schmitz, Kate Spangenberg, Lauren Taylor, Olivia Themistocles, Griffin Walsh, Jacqueline Welby, and Kendra Zanofsky. Congratulations to all those students nominated for the GRIT scholarships.
The Bernadette Lindgren Award is a new award established this year to honor a former Millis High School special education teacher. Bernadette made a difference in the lives of many students by setting high expectations and helping them to achieve their goals with kindness and compassion. The Millis High School paraprofessional team would like to award the Bernadette Lindgren Award to this student who is kind-hearted and respectful. This student has a vibrant personality while being a role model to all students. This student brings smiles to the faces of other students and has made a great connection with all students, including making a special connection with the Learning Center. His contributions in support of other students on a daily basis will be missed. The Bernadette Lindgren Award goes to TJ Horrigan. Congrats, TJ. We'll miss you.
In AP Literature, students are asked to cultivate their understanding of literature through analyzing texts as they explore concepts like setting, perspective, and figurative language. The winner of this award consistently demonstrated sophistication of thought and developed complex literary arguments. In addition to having the highest average in the class, by the end of this year, her writing was on par with graduate-level students. For her stellar job in AP Literature, this award goes to Stella Rubalcaba. Congratulations, Stella.
It gives me great pleasure to present this year's Excellence in Physics Awards to two students, one from each of my physics classes, Alexi Valancourt and Mackenzie Smith. These two students brought their A game to physics every single day, both when school was in session and, importantly, during the period of remote learning that finished the year. Lexi and Mackenzie both seemed to enjoy solving physics problems, which is a big part of what we do in physics class, and they both were very good at it. They also shared their insights with their fellow students, helping them to solve the physics problem at hand. In the end, Lexi and Mackenzie finished the year at the tops of their respective classes. Congratulations, Lexi and Mackenzie, for jobs well done. I'm very happy to present this year's Excellence in Anatomy Award to Jacqueline Welby. Throughout the year, Jackie exemplified those qualities that I think are necessary for a strong anatomy student. She was able to take in and retain the mountain of anatomical details of the human body that we cover throughout the course. She was then able to sift through those details to answer a question or to clearly describe a body process or a body system. In the end, Jackie was the top senior out of both of my anatomy classes. Congratulations, Jackie, for a great year in anatomy.
The Newtonian Award goes to a senior in AP Calculus. This student has worked hard all year long, both face-to-face in the classroom and virtually. Their passion, dedication, determination has continued to impress me throughout the entire year. I would be lost without this student in my class, for she possesses the passion for math that I dream every student has. She has excelled in derivatives, integrals, and limits. It is my pleasure to award the Newtonian Award to Molly Andrews.
This year was my first year teaching Engineer Your Worlds. It consisted of 12 special students that got to explore the world around them with 12 design challenges throughout the year. Each student got to get in groups and learn a little bit about engineering with each design. We did cameras, we built flashlights, and we also did a computer program and learned a little bit about chemical engineering with coffee. Each student worked really hard and had a fun time. It was really hard to pick one student from all these kids. But the award goes to someone who is probably the best technical writer I've ever met. Worked really hard throughout the remote learning time, did all the work, and had great write-ups, understanding of the design process, and interesting designs. Her notebook really showed a lot of thought, and she really cared about every single project that she did. People really admired her and liked working with her when they had her in a group. She will be heavily missed. This award goes to Mia Coots. Congratulations, Mia.
Bill Dooling was a teacher at Millis High School from 1973 to 2002. Many of us who grew up in Millis had Mr. Dooling as a teacher, and he changed many lives. Every year, I give an award in his name called the Mr. Dooling Award to a student at Millis High School, particularly in social studies. This year, the award will go to a young woman who, in my opinion, is the best leader in our school. She embodies perseverance, integrity, and sincerity. This year's recipient is Erin Mundy. One popular elective we have at Millis High School is the individual in the law. And in this class, we learn how to make an argument, find a weakness in somebody else's argument, and exploit it. In both of my law classes this year, the person who really stood out to me that had these skills was Richard Maloney. About 6 years ago, a group of students at Millis High School came to me and were interested in having a philosophy class. It happened. And for the past 6 years, it's been a very popular class at our school. And in this class, what I try to get the kids to do is think for themselves. To find the skills to be able to listen to an argument, listen to someone's belief system, take it for what it's worth, but to question it, to question reality, to think deeply about what's happening in front of you, and form your own opinion. The person in my 2 philosophy classes that was an unbelievable listener and a very deep thinker was Brendan Conry.
The Ruth Bader Ginsburg Constitutional Scholar Award is given to a student in AP U.S. Government and Politics who exemplify an understanding and appreciation for the Constitution of the United States. This year's recipient is certainly an exceptional student who participated in lively debates, presented well-researched and well-thought-out presentations, and most importantly, saved me so many times when it came to technological issues. So this year, this award goes to Sean White, and I'm very proud, and you are so deserving of this award.
Excellent Spanish is given to the students with the highest GPA in AP Spanish at the end of the year. The 2 highest GPA candidates are actually awarded on awards night. The following students are receiving the Class Day AP Spanish Award: Zachary Clark, Mia Coots, Mallory Doyle, and Lexi Valancourt. For AP Excellence in Writing, this award is given to Claire Sheehan. She most resembles the student that I named the award after, Lena Stone, one of my former students. Her writing is beautiful, eloquent, and truly extraordinary in Spanish. Congratulations, Claire. Excellence in Culture is awarded to the students with the highest GPA over the course of the year. These 3 students had an A+ in Culture at the end of the year: Joshua Bergman, Mia Coots, and Lexi Valancourt.
Hi there, I'm Mrs. Haggerty, and I'm here to present the Golden Paintbrush Awards. This year, the award as every year, is going to a senior or seniors that have distinguished themselves in art here at Millis High School. This group of 11 have been together for 2, 3, or even 3.5 years. They would come into the art room each and every day and really exhibit artistic behaviors. And so here's a quick little rundown of what those artistic behaviors are. They would develop skills as artists. They would create original art. They solve problems every day. Solve problems. Observe. Being an artist means observing the world around you. Sometimes as an artist, you have to take a chance or take a risk. Artists reflect on what they've done. What did they learn? Where do they want to go? What are they saying through their art? Which leads me to them communicating. Their artwork communicates something, always saying something about themselves. They collaborate each and every day. And they have a global awareness of art making and things that are going on in the world around them. So as I said, this group of students have been together for some of them freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. This year's Golden Paintbrush Awards go to Abigail Barrett, Ella Borst, Faith Gratton, Stephanie Hubble, Skylar Martin, Mackenzie Smith, Kenyatta Harris, CJ Marr, Haley Roach, Lauren Taylor, Liz Wagner, Kendra Zarnofsky, and that group has been together supporting each other and growing as artists, as I said, since sophomore or junior year. And then finally, there's one last Golden Paintbrush Award for Andrew Schultz, who completed AP Art as an independent study and submitted a beautiful portfolio to the College Board this year. Thank you and have a great summer.
Hi there. I'm here to present the award for excellence in chorus. I want to take this opportunity to recognize a student who has demonstrated tremendous focus, passion, and determination over the past several years in chorus. He is always ready to work no matter what the task. He's a team player, has thoughtful suggestions and insights, and has displayed infectious enthusiasm during our time together. Therefore, the award for excellence in chorus goes to Drew Chansky. Congratulations.
Hello, class of 2020. It is my pleasure to present this year's Instrumental Band Medal to senior Nolan Schmidt. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Danielle Mannion. I'm here to present the Digital Media Production Awards. Our first award goes to Kendra Zarnofsky for Best Documentary Film. Kendra's film was called Dyslexia. Our second award goes to two fabulous filmmakers, Brian Wheelove and Josh Vaz, for their outstanding film, Domination, a Millis High School kendama story. This year, the TV students were faced with some unusual challenges. They went from working in projects as teams to solo projects. So I decided to offer 3 quarantine vlogging awards. The winners are Kendra Zarnofsky, Andre Bates, and Hadley McPhee. And our final award tonight goes to Jared Parker. This award is titled the Jackie Chan Filmmaker Award.
Congratulations, class of 2020. My name is Allie Sears. Today I'd like to recognize 3 students who volunteered their time every day in my classroom for the last 2 years. They helped me with little things like copying and running errands, but also bigger things like tutoring. But most importantly, they offered friendship to my students and myself and my staff. I'd like to give this service award to Emma Rice, Kayleen Adams, and Sydney Balin. Thank you so much, girls. I appreciate everything you did.
Mrs. Diver and I would like to thank all of our wonderful seniors for their dedication and contributions to the Mohawk Post over the past 4 years. The staff awards go to Allison Burke, Ashley Lindberg, Kate Spangenberg, and Olivia Themistocles. The Tech Award goes to Molly Andrews, the Art Award goes to Lauren Taylor, and our Editors Awards go to Olivia McClary and Jacqueline Welby. Thank you.
Congratulations, Millis High School Class of 2020. I'm very proud of you. I'm here to present some awards to seniors who've been part of our school library teen council. For the past few years, we've been using this group to help make decisions about the library, including different decorations, books that have been added, and certainly the different events such as Barnes & Noble Open Mic, Literary Arts Night, Halloween events, the long range plan, which needed to be written last year, and of course the Comic-Con, which still will happen. So I'm very pleased and honored to thank these people. Molly Andrews, Allie Burke, Toby Lewis, Olivia McClary, Lauren Taylor, Liv Themistocles, and Jackie Welby. Congratulations.
Hi everybody, Mr. Finney and I will now present the Varsity Plaque Award winners to those athletes that earned 5 or more letters. I would first like to thank the senior class for their leadership throughout their 4 years. I would also like to thank them for the positive influence they were on our school culture on a day-to-day basis. And lastly, I'm not sure how you held it together the last 3 months of your senior year, and I'm not sure I could have shown the same poise and composure. But we thank you very much for holding it together and staying positive as we work to make this the best experience possible for you, because you certainly deserve it. 5 letters, Lucas Graham. 5 letters, Matthew Costa. 5 letters, Evan Simmons. 5 letters, Jonathan Patuk. 6 letters, Jonathan Leduc. 6 letters, Thomas Hill. 7 letters, Ryan Brooks. 8 letters, Andrew Schultz. 8 letters, Jerry Shields. 9 letters, Cooper Anderson. 9 letters, Josh Bergman. 10 letters, Sean White. And now I would like to make our presentation to the outstanding male athlete of the class of 2020. And he is Cooper Anderson.
Okay. Hi everyone, Mr. Finney checking in, as I have the privilege of announcing the female award winners for the class of 2020. 5 letters, Stephanie Hubble. 5 letters, Alexi Valancourt. 6 letters, Haley Roach. 7 letters, Ashley Lindberg. 8 letters, Kayleen Adams. 9 letters, Mackenzie Smith. And 10 letters, Erin Mundy. And now I'd like to make the presentation for the outstanding female athlete for the class of 2020. She is Erin Mundy. Congratulations to all of our award winners. We wish you all the best.
An art teacher in the Millis Public School System for over 20 years, Bonnie Baseman was our colleague, our friend, our mentor, and at many times our Jedi Master with many things. In the spring of the year 2000, Bonnie recognized in her students a desire to honor the educators, coaches, mentors that had inspired and motivated them throughout their high school years. And that was the year that the first 2 chairs were created. Well, here we are 20 years later. That important tradition lives on, and this year over 160 tribute chairs have been created by students. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's presenters.
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, I'm Libby.
And we made our chair for
Mrs. Mannion.
And we know that you're editing this, so hi. It's not done yet. It'll be done by graduation, but this is what it looks like so far. Yeah.
I would like to thank you for helping all of us tell our stories through media and all the experiences I gained, like LCA and the Emmys. That was pretty cool to do.
And I would like to thank you for helping to organize Common Ground and for being such a big activist in a lot of modern day political movements to help better our population for people who need it. I think it's just really cool to have someone like that in the Millis community to just kind of like, you know, be there for people to go to and talk to when they're having problems and just need someone who will accept them for who they are. So, thank you.
This is my first year having Mr. Carter as a teacher. Since middle school, English has been my least favorite subject, but somehow he made it one of my favorites. He made learning grammar and reading books fun, so when we first started to think about who would make the dedication chairs for, I knew I wanted to make one for the teacher who completely changed my perspective of the class.
My first class with Mr. Carter was creative writing in 9th grade. I was the only freshman in the class at the beginning of the year and I had no friends. Despite the rough start, it remains one of my favorite and most memorable classes to this date. I had to take a gap year, but then I was back at it with AP Lang and World Lit junior and senior year. I'd like Mr. Carter to know how much of an impact he had on not only my education, but my whole high school experience. Also, sorry I lost your checks. I'm glad we're past it.
I've had Mr. Carter as a teacher for the past 2 years in AP Lang and World Lit. These quickly became a couple of my favorite and most memorable courses at Millis. Because of Mr. Carter, I've grown enormously as a writer. When it came time to painting the dedication chair, we decided to make it Great Gatsby themed because it's the only thing that we were actually able to accomplish before our senior year ended because of Corona.
Chair!
Thank you!
Mrs. Kendall was an amazing teacher, and any grade that she taught would say that about her, but for our grade it was a little different because we got the special opportunity of having her as our teacher for 2 years in a row. We had her as our 3rd grade teacher first, and then she looped with us to 4th grade, so we really got the unique experience of getting to know her and having her learn about all of us as students and as people. And so when the opportunity came up to make a chair to dedicate to a teacher who's really had a big impact on your lives, it was a no-brainer that we wanted to choose and do something special for Mrs. Kendall.
When I first walked into Millis High School, I was nervous and shy. I just graduated from middle school and had no idea what to expect. One of the things that I was most worried about was my academic support in high school due to my dyslexia. I felt like it was going to be hard to work with new people that had no idea who I was. Little did I know that I was going to meet some of the best teachers I've ever worked with. I wanted to make this chair for the people that have looked out for me for 4 years, not only academically, but personally. I would love to give this chair to Mr. Neville, Mr. Mack, and Mrs. Hayden. Mr. Neville has been extremely patient with me for 4 years as I sat there and asked a million questions about math. Math is a personal challenge for me, and having someone explain it in so many different ways so I could understand it was beyond helpful. I was often pretty hard on myself when I couldn't understand something, but Mr. Neville was always there to tell me that I could do it. but it wasn't always so serious, as me and Mr. Neville had some really good laughs over the last 4 years, and he's been a great role model for me. We've also always bonded over our shared love of donuts. Mr. Mack has been in my classes sitting in the back since day one of freshman year. Anytime I was confused or looked lost, he would come over to check in to make sure I understood what was happening in class. He helped me study for countless English, math, and history tests and became fastly one of my favorite teachers, as I knew I could go to him with any questions I had. Lastly, Mrs. Hayden. Although I only met her this year, I wish I could have known her longer, as she was one of the sweetest teachers I've ever met. We've had countless conversations about The Bachelor and what Starbucks drinks we were going to have after school. Although she is my teacher, I do consider her a friend, as I always look forward to our little conversations and academic skills. The resource room has always been a place for me to de-stress, and it's because of the amazing people that make it so welcoming. I'm going to miss them all as I start my new journey at UNH this fall.
Keeleen Adams leads Abby Miller, Millis Girls Varsity Soccer, and the varsity basketball team.
Justin Alonso leaves 2021, a reminder they are always second behind 2020 in everything.
Ingrid Elves leaves Oscar 3 more years of high school.
Cooper Anderson leaves Maddie Donovan another year of high school with just Ryan and Kitty, and leaves the soccer team good luck for the upcoming season.
Molly Andrews leaves her robot Razzie to the school.
Sydney Balin leaves behind the hopes that the future senior classes do not end as abruptly as hers did.
Abby Barrett leaves Brody a whopping 8 more years here. Stay strong, bro, you got this. And also leaves the varsity tennis team another year of being unathletic and almost making it to tourney.
Andre Bates leaves Bordy and the squad to continue the Noon legacy and the Siri game.
Sam Boji leaves Megan Johnson 2 more years of varsity softball and many more car rides, and Stephen Balboni the best senior year.
Josh Bergman leaves Jess Kahn, the headband, and the outside hitter position.
Valerie Black-Graham leaves Joey Scolpanetti and Livy Calais the chorus presidency, and leaves Devin Gatz many more Friday Starbucks runs with the Descendants blasting.
Ella Borst leaves the brand new tennis courts to the varsity tennis team.
Will Beret leaves Joe Beret all the chores.
Ryan Brooks leaves Michael Gavoni, the Phantom, and Logan Barber, the golf team.
Maggie Carr leaves amnesty to anyone who wants to get on the bus.
Drew Chansky leaves behind his many 200cc race Mario Kart 8 Deluxe wins.
Zach Clark leaves Abby Miller the keys to Blueberry Lane.
Brendan Connery leaves Cole Sullivan 1 more year with Diddy and leaves Ryan Mullen his spot on the bench for soccer.
Mia Coots leaves another year at DC with plenty of McDonald's runs and missing cues for Max and Danny, and her car for Anthony.
Casey Doherty leaves her sister Izzy, her bedroom, and an empty house.
Mallory Doyle leaves another year of high school for Libby.
Olive Fermi leaves Amani his busted-up Chevy Bolt.
Mia Frizzoco leaves Carla, Can I Have This Dance for the Rest of My Life, and Buddy, all the years of high school.
Matt Gavigan leaves Michael Gavigan the rest of his room, but he's still taking the Xbox with him. And Jordan Amaral a Chromebook charger so he stops asking for it, and the boys soccer team good luck in the next season.
Lucas Graham leaves Maggie to deal with her mom, still roaming in the halls.
Faith Grattan leaves Erin, Julia, Kira, and Lindsay her car with the constant fighting every morning before school. Good luck.
Kenyatta Harris leaves her friends in the grades below her peace, love, and support as you carry on the rest of your years here, as well as a phone number you know you can always reach.
JD Hart leaves Adam Hart the basement for the girls and the Xbox for Netflix.
TJ Horgan leaves a hug for Miss Simpson, a fist bump for Maura, Logan Barr with the golf team, and Kano another year of high school.
Stephanie Hubble leaves Joe 2 more years of high school and driving Avery to school every day.
Jonathan LeDuc leaves Catherine LeDuc the Lesborough and Cole Sullivan the basketball team.
Haley Lederer leaves her Civic for Maggie and Kate, excellent memes to Stella and Kenyatta, airy leggings to Grace McGilligan, and $5 to me.
Tobias Lewis leaves Lydia from Spanish her medical bill for all the times you hit her in the hallway.
Ashley Lindbergh leaves behind all of her chores for her brother Charlie.
Grace McGilligan leaves the band to Dorian and actual home matches to the varsity tennis team.
CJ Marr leaves Marin, Carly, and Leah 3 more fabulous years with Bree, and leaves Alex and Andrew some huge shoes to fill.
Ricky Maloney leaves Joe Beret a Dunkin' Donuts sandwich to call it even.
Skylar Martin leaves studies Starbucks runs with Mrs. Cheney and listening to her talk about her crazy life on a daily basis, plus all of her binders to her next work study that she never got to organize.
Olivia McClary leaves Elle McClary her parking spot and her car, and Riley Conroy really scary trips to school in the morning with her sister driving. Good luck.
Hadley McPhee leaves Braden with a lot of luck and all of her friends.
Abby Messiah leaves Max and Danny long walks to Dunks, and Sydney Jenkins another year to learn how to put her phone away.
Erin Mundy leaves Carol the Nissan, varsity soccer to Grace, Bethany, and Abby, varsity basketball, and any of her junior friends the best senior year.
Zia Patel leaves Emmy a hello every day for the next 3 years.
John Batuk leaves the locker room aux to Kano and passing the torch to Ty Bortman.
Emma Rice leaves Julia Olmstead the next best 2 years of her life at Millis High School. Good luck.
Sammy Riley leaves Spencer Riley 4 years of high school and the Augustino twins and Steven endless trips to the dollar store.
Lainey Rodriguez leaves behind all the memories that made high school memorable.
Haley Roach leaves Abby Miller the luxury of being the oldest in Blueberry Lane, Aaron Rice countless Muffin House trips before school, and Mia Molinari 3 more wonderful years of varsity basketball.
Stella Rubicaba leaves Sophia no beans.
As Isaiah Santos leaves the underclassmen with the advice to make sure they don't do drugs. Only bad people do drugs.
Claire Sheehan leaves a tennis team with brand new courts.
Jerry Shields leaves his class good luck after high school.
Mackenzie Smith leaves Megan Johnson hair ties to deal with RJ.
After 16 years of the Spangenberg family legacy at MHS, and as the youngest of 4, Kate Spangenberg is taking everything her siblings left with her because she thrived off of hand-me-downs her entire life and doesn't plan on stopping now.
Lauren Taylor leaves the Pop Culture Club to Nicole Davis and Crystal Flynn, and all of her love and appreciation to Callie Cassidy because she is a queen who deserves it.
Olivia Themistocles leaves Jenna Butch the ballet B team.
Josh Vaz leaves bathroom parties in France and Africa.
Marcus Vorpal leaves JV captain Jess Kahn the volleyball team.
Liz Wagner leaves Maddie Donovan her parking space and the responsibility of being the last sister to graduate, and Catherine LeDuc 3 more years in this amazing place.
Griffin Walsh leaves Private Sidney Price upon completion of his basic training and all expense paid trip to Taco Bell.
Jackie Welby leaves Julia Welby more time with mom and dad, try to make the best of it.
Sean White leaves Millis Boys track team to Mitchell White.
Kendra Janowski leaves Paige bus rides home, and Angelina chaotic Saturdays in the babysitting room.
Cassidy Zwicker leaves Bethany Steiner adventures with Harry and a bond that will never break.
CJ Marr, gosh, I can't believe it's been 10 years since graduation. How are you? What have you been up to? Where have you been?
Hey Zach, I've been great. I'm up to 5 million followers on TikTok and I'm living in LA in the Hype House. What about you?
5 million followers. Wow. I just landed my new gig as a Supreme Court Justice.
Holy moly, that's impressive. All right, let's see. Did you hear about Kayleen Adams? She lives above Victory Lane and she works there too. I always knew she would stick around.
Yeah, I did hear about that. What about Justin Alonso?
Yeah, I watch him every Saturday on SNL. He's done so well for himself. Celebrity stand-up comedian Victoria Nevis was on last night too. Guess who I saw yesterday?
Who?
Ingrid Alves and Drew Schultz. They're still together and they have 7 kids. What a handful.
Seriously? No one knows exactly where Cooper Anderson is these days. He's probably at some secret CIA base doing God knows what.
No, but Cooper's so good at his job. He helped take down all the robots during the revolution that Michael Hall and Molly Andrews started. I can't believe they single-handedly created an entire robot army.
Wild times, man. At least we have people like Sidney Balin on the front lines saving lives. And we have Nolan Schmitz to thank for all the new engineering equipment to help fight the robots.
Exactly. That's craziness. Are you still friends with Abby Barrett?
Yeah, she was my best woman at my wedding, and she's currently traveling the world as a detective for the world's most psychotic criminal cases.
So funny how everyone has changed. Except for Andre Bates. He's still a huge gamer. He set a record on 2K internationally.
That's insane. Sam Boger hasn't changed much either. She's still 4 feet tall, living in Barnstable. Typical. Kendra Zarnowski and Stephanie Hubble live down the Cape nowadays as well. They have a huge house next door to each other and down in Falmouth, I think, right on the water. Guess some high school friendships do last.
True. Just the other day, I saw Julia Benjamin at Clyde Brown. Did you know she teaches 3rd grade? Those little ones probably tease her even now.
I did hear that. And I also heard that she just got back from a trip across Spain.
I heard that too. She met up with Josh Vaz, I think, who's backpacking across Spain.
Wow, good for him. Speaking of success stories, Andrew Bethany is now the supervisor of the Millis branch of Roach Brothers.
Wow, he's come a long way, really climbed up the ladder. Just like Valerie Black Graham, she is our very own Millis Idol star, and she made her big debut on the national stage of American Idol.
Crazy. I was actually at Roach's the other day, and guess who I saw?
What?
I saw Paul Bolton, and I saw that he has his own line of honey, and I guess it's pretty successful.
Nice. I've got to get me some of that.
Speaking of more success stories, I saw on Facebook that Ella Borst and Sean White opened a small school in a small Somalian village. Sean's the principal, and Ella teaches the little tykes.
What great humans they are. Just like Will Beret. He created the vaccine for COVID-19, and Marcus Vorpal works with him as his lab assistant. What an underdog.
Wow, that's a surprise.
You know what's not a surprise, though? Ryan Brooks opened his own firm on Wall Street.
Wow, he always was so driven, though.
True. Much like Allie Burke, who's on her 5th Pulitzer Prize-winning novel. She really made a name for herself.
Oh my God, I almost forgot. The other day I was watching Dancing with the Stars, and guess who was featured?
Who?
Maggie Carr.
Geez, that's impressive.
Almost as impressive as Drew Chansky's new genealogy company.
I just bought a package from him the other day.
Oh, I gotta look into that. You know what you should look into, though? Apparently Haley Chisholm is living shades on and top down forever. I need to know what that means. Apparently it's a volleyball thing from back in high school.
I have no idea. Did you hear about Brendan Connery? Apparently he's traveling the world teaching the ways of Zen through his hot yoga. He lives in the mountains of Nepal.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Doesn't Matt Costa play for the Nepal national football team?
No. He's playing for Manchester.
Oh, dope.
Jake Costa, on the other hand, is out on the green with Thomas Hill every day. They faced off head-to-head in the Masters 4 different times already.
What talent. Also, do you remember Mrs. Palladino's class?
Of course. What about it?
Matt Gavigan actually ended up becoming Miss Palladino's personal assistant. One's a suck up, always a suck up, I guess. He's so cool.
Who else is there? Nia Coots is actually the team manager for the Revolution, and Olivia McClary is on the team.
Okay, what a dynamic duo. Did you see Olivia DeBona's new workout video? I've been following all of her new videos, and I'm in the best shape of my life.
Oh, dude, I should try that out. Have you heard anything from Casey Doherty?
No, but it's not like anything new. She was always so quiet in school. I never really got to know her.
Same with TJ Horrigan. You never heard a peep out of that guy during class. Always so respectful and hardworking.
Yeah. Oh, Mallory Doyle is still working at Four Kicks, making sure no kid grows up without learning how to dribble. She's doing God's work.
What an inspiration. Alla Fermi took over his family business and is still sporting the Fermi construction merch.
Drip too hard. Oh, guess what?
What?
The other day I went to Fashion Week in New York, and I saw Mia Furzoco strutting her stuff. She is such an icon.
I knew she'd do well. Another couple that's still going strong is Francesca Gallione and Brian Wheelock. How lucky fate brought her here to this wimpy little town, only to find her soulmate.
So cute. Haley Roach, on the other hand, married some NBA All-Star.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad she found someone taller than her. What else? Oh, after seeing Destiny do her makeup in the bathroom every morning at school, it really warms my heart to see how well she's doing with her own makeup line. And Skylar Martin with her trendy fashion line. My order just shipped today, and I'm super excited.
Wow. Speaking of like businesses, I heard that Lucas Graham's business is doing really well too. I guess electrician school was such a great choice for him.
He should have a 2020 reunion at his pool. Such good vibes.
Oh, dude, let's talk about Faith Gratton. I can't believe she married so well. I bet Timothy Chalamet makes a really great hubby.
Yeah, I only cried for like 5 days after hearing the news, but good for her.
Hey, has it that Kenyatta Harris is running for president in the next election.
Oh my gosh, Queen. She has my vote. Who was the future president for Yearbook Superlatives?
It was Haley Lederer, but she ended up starting her own foundation for preventing domestic abuse. She's come a long way from safechoices.mms.
That's amazing to hear. I was actually driving through town today, and everything looks exactly the same. I even saw Jonathan LeDuc and Evan Simmons balling it up at the court, just like the good old times.
I saw that JD Hart keeps in the game too. He's on the Celtics managing the team with Jared Parker, who's the assistant coach. They're having a great season. And Claire Sheehan has stuck with tennis. Saw her rocking it at the US Open last year.
All right. Enough about sports. The arts is where it's at. Lauren Taylor just got her 5th comic book published.
Tobias Lewis too. He just made his big debut on the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston.
Ashley Lindbergh actually has her grand opening for her new restaurant just a few blocks down from there. I hear the food is to die for.
You know who else works in Boston? Lainey Rodriguez and Sammy Riley kick butt as the 2 lead detectives for the Boston Police Force.
Didn't they bop Eamon Lyons for skating on the steps of the Capitol building? Chased him all the way down the hill until he wiped out.
What a hooligan. Let's give our people on the front line a round of applause. Grace McGilligan and Abby Messias are literal angels for helping the country tackle COVID-26.
History really do be repeating itself. Speaking of history repeating itself, Ricky Maloney. Legend has it he was late to his job so many times he got fired, just like High School Man.
Ricky Maloney. Wait a minute. Wasn't he friends with Danny Meade? When I was watching TV yesterday, I switched over to ESPN for a hot minute, and I saw that Danny Meade is the lead announcer. And I saw that Josh Bergman is the new manager for the Denver Broncos. They really made a name for themselves.
Wow, good for them. I bet they're making absolute bank. Jackie Welby is making big money too. Her novels are real page turners. And let's see. Guess who I saw yesterday, actually?
Who?
Livy Themistocles. She rolled through Millis yesterday in her new Lambo. Apparently, she's the new chairwoman of Universal Studios.
Looks like Haddon McPhee is going to be the next Muhammad Ali. I saw it in a movie from Universal Studios. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, baby.
I hate to bring the mood down, but did you hear about Aaron Mundy and Jerry Shields? What a coincidence that those two would suffer a fatal head-on collision.
We all predicted it. Worst drivers of the class of 2020. May they rest in peace. Oh, but if emo's the new mood right now, I heard that Kate Spangenberg's psych patient stabbed her several times, but she lived to tell the tale, and her TED Talk was so inspiring.
I saw that. What a trooper. All right, moving on to our very own most flirtatious, Miss Kushi Patel. She's been married and divorced 4 times already.
Scandalous. On the other hand, Zio Patel has been in a very successful arranged marriage for 2 years now. They look so happy.
OMG, their wedding looked like pages out of a fairy tale.
I think that the best fairy tale out of this whole group of 2020 graduates is Stella Rubalcaba's. When I saw her last, she was in a polyamorous relationship with Frank Ocean and Lana Del Rey. What a trio.
Oh my gosh, that's iconic. Johnny Patook is living his own fairy tale too.
I know, he lives in the mountains of New Hampshire all alone with his 10 cats. He loves those furry friends.
Oh, let's not forget about feathered friends. Emma Rice opened her own bird sanctuary. She has the most exotic collection. She also worked with Jamie Gindin to open a dinosaur exhibit. You should totally visit sometime.
Oh, speaking of exotic collections, Mackenzie Smith has taken the most photos of the most amazing aquatic creatures during her deep sea dives ever. They're so cool.
Really? I've seen them. They're so dope. Do you know what Melissa Kennelly's up to?
Oh, she is the ultimate soccer mom. 5 little kids running around the house. Must be a handful.
Speaking of handfuls, Lexi Valancourt sure got herself into a handful of trouble. She's doing time in federal prison for some serious fraud charges.
Really? I thought it was for Grand Theft Auto, public indecency, and a string of aggravated assaults. But who really knows with that wild child? I think Isaiah Santiago was the arresting officer.
He works in the same department as Griffin Walsh, I think. That kid's been putting fires out since high school.
What about our travelers? Cassidy Zwicker is on a never-ending road trip across the U.S. in her groovy little RV. And Liz Wagner's living over in Italy riding her Vespa through the streets of Florence.
OMG, she's living the dream. And let's not forget to thank our very own Sydney Price and Lizzie Sherns for their incredible service. They've been stationed all over the globe. They're so brave.
Yeah, well, I think that kind of wraps it all up.
It's amazing seeing everyone off living their lives. Seems like just yesterday we were high school seniors.
True. Well, CJ, it was lovely as always talking to you, but I have to go back to changing the world one law at a time. You know how it is. Best of luck on TikTok, and say hi to Noah Beck for me. I always knew you two would make such an amazing couple.
Aw, much love. Hope you find your own Noah Beck someday.
I complete myself, and I'd rather spend my money on me anyways. Thank you, though. Bye.
Bye.